I was born in Hammond, Indiana in May the 18th, 1967, and my family uprooted from Hammond and moved to Greenville, Kentucky in 1970. And my mom was from this area. My dad was from Eastern Kentucky. They met in Chicago, and they chose to come back to this area and make a life for their family. Me and my wife live here in Greenville. Well, actually just outside of Greenville, but within 5 minutes from my work here. So, I attended elementary at Longest Elementary. I went there for 6 years, and then I went to Muhlenberg Central High School, where I went through junior high and high school, and which is where I graduated there at Muhlenberg Central. And during that time, I was very actively involved in sports, baseball and basketball, and as well as my twin brother, who he was also actively involved in sports as well. My senior year, we actually went to Northern Kentucky and played in the All-A Classic, and we actually won that. My senior year, we were also runners-up in the district tournament and made it to the regional. And then in baseball, we actually made it to the state tournament my senior year. So I started with the Greenville Police Department November the 20th of 1990, and I served as a patrol officer here from November the 20th, 1990 through January of 1995, which is where I was promoted to the position of Assistant Chief. I served as the Assistant Chief from that point until November of 2009, at which point I was promoted to the position of Chief, which is where I still currently serve. When I was a little kid growing up, me and my brother worked for my dad's service station here in town, and during that time, state police, sheriff's department, city police, they all traded with my dad down there at that service station, and I got to know all the state police, state troopers, sheriff's deputies, and city police officers, and it was at an early age that I determined that this is what I want to do for a living. So yeah, I worked at my dad's service station, like I stated before, and he also had a towing service that I worked at there, and pretty much anything I could to help out around my dad's. It was he was self-employed, and it was a family-owned business, and we done whatever we could to help him out. So probably one of the most fulfilling moments that I ever had was we had a situation here in town where a young girl who was a daughter of a city council member contacted us and said that there was this guy that was just approaching random strangers about maybe babysitting his small child. And based on her concerns, we went, at the time there was a place here in town called Dandy Motel. I went to the location where this guy was at, and we determined then, this was before the Amber Alert and all that, but we determined that the kid was kidnapped from Memphis, Tennessee, and we was able to reunite the child with its mother, and that was pretty fulfilling. Actually, the worst situation, there's been several situations that's happened in my career that stay fresh on your mind. The first one, of course, was the death of one of our local teenagers, Sarah Hansen, that was quite hard on the whole department. In 1999, we lost one of our own officers due to a subject who was related to him and was going through some mental health issues, and that was quite devastating, not only for me, but it was for the whole department. I'm the son of Hargis and Wanda Harvey. My father, like I stated earlier, he ran Harvey's service center up here in town and Harvey's Towing for many years. My mother, she was a housewife growing up. She currently she is in a nursing home here in town. I have one brother, Dwayne Harvey, who is my twin brother. He also serves with the Greenville Police Department, and I have a sister who also lives close by, and she drives a school bus for the Board of Education. I'm married to Vicky Vincent Harvey. She's from the New Cypress area. We have 2 children, Brad and Taryn. Brad actually lives in Jacksonville, Florida right now with his wife and 2 children, and my daughter, she lives here in town with her husband, and and my 2 grandchildren, like I stated earlier, you know, we just had one that was born like a week ago, so we're pretty excited about that. So my hobbies right now, it's spending time with the family. It seems like the older you get, the time is more precious when you do get to spend time with your family, so it makes you look at that. I like sports. Due to my age, I'm not quite as able to play like I used to, but I still enjoy it, and that's well, pro team, I don't get into the professional sports that much. I love college basketball. I'm a big UK fan. My wife is a big University of Louisville fan, so our house does stand divided. But it makes for good, fun competition.
Why?
Probably my father, growing up. The morals, his values and everything was always leave, whatever you do or wherever you go, try to leave the place better than it was when you got there, or better than it was when you received it. So I try to live by those morals, and that's the standards I've always tried to stand by. Greenville is a small, tight-knit community. Everybody knows everybody, and being the police chief, you know, we've got a lot of dedicated officers that work here. But our success would be nothing without the citizens that we serve. Seems like everybody likes to get involved in their community, and then by doing so, that helps us do our job. And when I first started my career in law enforcement, my intentions was going to a bigger agency. And soon as I got here, I worked for a few years. I knew that this is my home. This is where I was going to retire. This was the only place I wanted to work. So that's why I'm excited. I'm very enthusiastic about the city and the direction that it's headed, and I'm very proud to live in this town. So.